Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, TransparentTradeSolutions.com on a Tuesday, 12th May. We got some volatility coming in today. Again, sign up for the newsletter. I wrote about grains. We'll talk about that in a second. We had a grain report today. Um, Wheat almost went limit up. And so again, sign up for the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up. Register to the channel and so forth. Let's get right into the charts here. Um, we got a couple of interesting situations today. We have let's get started with the Nasdaq. As we know, the Nasdaq. I wrote about this over the weekend about the semiconductors. Everybody's talking about it now. The fact that the semiconductors are like 60%. You use Bollinger Bands. Sigma 3 is the term I use. Three, way, way over its skis, 3% above, uh, or three standard deviations, that type of thing. We are getting a little bit of a sell-off in some particular stocks, some of the high flyers, Qualcomm in particular. I talked to my members yesterday about a possible reversal in Qualcomm. Some of them did take that trade. That's doing well. Looking at the Nasdaq as we speak, still, again, it's only one day. Could be the beginning of something bigger. They're trying to bounce them already. Everybody can see here. I think the level really is 28,600 on the Nasdaq futures. We were a lot lower this earlier. Looks like we're trying to bounce here, but I think this is going to be the critical area is going to be right along this 20. You'll notice here we actually pulled back to this area here, 28,560-ish. Now we're seeing a bounce. Here's another key point is we haven't had a major reversal yet. If you look at the daily chart of the NASDAQ, um, you're basically coming into a demand and forming some type of supply short term. The question in terms of whether this is just another pullback and then we go higher, I think is going to come in as we approach this newly formed uh, level right here. And so really in a nutshell, if we recapture this area here, which is where we broke down from this morning, 28,9,246, then I think, we're probably going to touch the new highs. However, if we come up here and even here, we roll over and break that low, that could be a major change coming. Way too early. I'm doing this about an hour and 10 minutes before the close. So we'll see how that goes. So that's a level to look at today. NASDAQ not is clean. NASDAQ, I'm sorry, the S&P just basically pulling back slightly. No, very little change here. We'll see if this area here around the 7,400 holds and then rolls over going into the close today. The Dow, not really doing much. Russell did try to break as well. That level held pretty good, and now we're back to bouncing again. So this is just today's a critical, kind of an interesting situation where, uh, this could just turn out to be more of nothing, but we'll see. The VIX did jump a little bit. Interestingly, it did not take out the 19 level on the VIX. This is something to watch also in the next few days. If the VIX can jump above 19, that's going to be maybe a signal that more hedging coming in and possibly uh, lower prices. Also of note, rates. Rates are surging. Looks like they're headed to 450, but again, to this point, the market does is holding up. This is also going to be a very key metric to look at. If rates do jump above 450, that's going to start to impact uh, some of the, although it's already impacting housing, maybe the banks, all kinds of stuff. So this is also something worth noting. Dollar, you may imagine is jumping, but not as much. And then oil at 102. If oil, I think, trades above 102 and heads back up into the 110 level, that also could be pressuring stocks. Again, to this point, it's all momentum, and markets seem to be holding up. But the longer this stays up here, this kind of broken record. I think long term, if we stay up here, let's say by the end of this month, it's going to definitely. I mean, we had inflation numbers today. We saw that. So that's interesting today. Another market to look at is, and again, I've been talking about copper being actually very bullish on copper. Um, Looks like copper's at an all-time high. Some of those copper-related stocks, RIO, SCCO, may want to look at those. And then silver, interestingly, is starting to catch a bid as well. Um, See if it actually can take out the 88, probably headed to 100. And then I mentioned earlier the grain markets. We had a grain report today, and I did write about this over the weekend because of what's happening in the Straits and all that. Remember, there's a lot of fertilizer chemicals going through that. That is starting to impact the grain markets. And you can see wheat looks like it's headed back towards 718 high. Soybeans, not so much today. It kind of gave back, but it is also maybe the beginning of something. If soybeans can break 1250, corn not so much. So and then nat gas kind of just meandering about here. Looks like it did attempt to break out yesterday, did break above 292, but $3 is going to be $3 MBTU on the front contract is going to be the key here. So all in all, again, volatility is starting to pick up. We'll see if the markets can hold up in the in light of higher rates above 450 on the 10-year, higher crude oil prices. So far, looks like they're trying to, but I mean, this could be the beginning of something much bigger. We'll have to see. Keep an eye on it. Bottom line is, you're going to get volatility increasing and some more opportunities. Okay, all right. So give me a thumbs up. Again, subscribe to the newsletter, and I will see you on Friday. Have a great week.